it do? Welcome back to another episode of the Food We Watch podcast. My name is Nextstop SirchCity.
My name is Neda Tings.
Neda Tings. And you already know, because you 5 people watch every week, we are here to review this season, which is season 4 of Next Level Chef. We are on episode 7. This one was kind of crazy. But let's get into it. This week, the contestants, they had to do they had 30 minutes to cook a protein.
Testing their technique. That was the theme of this show.
That's
Hey. What did he do? Where did he go?
Hi, guys.
I was supposed to carry the show.
This is what happens when you push buttons when you're not supposed to. Yes, 30 minutes to cook a protein using unique methods. So it was like Neda said, it was more so around techniques. The top floor, they had to do oven roasting. The middle floor had to use steaming, and the basement was deep frying.
Yes. Oh, and Team Blaze team has not yet been on top. I will say this though. You know, after watching like several seasons, you kind of start to predict what's going to happen next, and I don't want to give it away just yet, but I was like, oh, Team Blaze have not been on the top yet. Let's see how today goes.
I wonder what will happen today.
Exactly, right. Right. So, and speaking of, I hate all of these spam calls. You suck. Anyway, so speaking of Blaze, the judges were poking fun at him, saying that he's in a basement pretty much yet again. And they were coming at his team. Gordon got off the elevator and everything, and was just talking trash, and then dragged Naisha along with him.
I know, that was funny.
Just talking trash. But anything else before we get to the grabs?
No. It was just that they were poaching. Blaze is mad that Gordon keeps trying to poach his people, but his team is legit and they're loyal.
He was going for what's her name?
Megan.
That's funny. So, all right. Well, we get to the grab, and Arnav, he grabs a venison. He's on the top. Yeah, he grabs a venison fillet.
That's what I'm shaking my head at. That he never even tasted it. Why would you grab something?
Yeah. And it was so funny. No one wanted that halibut head. No one wanted it. It went. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm skipping. And go ahead.
Well, yeah. Then we have Beatrice. She went and grabbed the quail. Never had quail before. I've heard of quail. I just never had quail. And then Ryan confidently.
I don't have any even trying quail.
Me either. And then Ryan confidently grabs the Sebring, the fish. He likes cooking fish, so he was happy to get that. And then we move down to the middle.
Let's talk about the saltiness that happened in the middle. Again, nobody wanted the halibut head, okay? But Negro, I understand. Like, okay, what did Bobby grab?
The monkfish.
Okay. What did
Natalia grabbed the ground lamb.
And what did Becca grab?
The tiger shrimp.
Okay. I understand that you did not want to grab the halibut head, but you had scallops sitting on there. And what was the theme for
theirs were steaming.
Steaming. Why in the whole entire heck are you grabbing frozen salmon patties? Or as we say in Philly, Solomon patties. Like,
That is facts.
why? Like, why? Make that make sense. It makes absolutely no sense. I was like, oh my goodness, the scallops is going to the basement. So here we have the basement, and Brandon was the brave one. He was like, I know, don't nobody
Yeah.
want to work with the halibut head, but he was like, you know what? I am up for the challenge. And see, and this is where I was like, if he because I'm like, nobody wanted that halibut head. I was like, if he executes this right,
Mm-hmm.
that dude is going to be on top. He is going to be
That's
on
what she
top.
said. She said that too.
Well,
And I
he's
agree.
be on top too. So maybe that's what he said.
Yeah, I would whoa. I was extremely confused. And we've been seeing this a lot. This is the season. Last season was a season that nobody almost every episode somebody missed the platform. This season is people keep leaving good things on the
This
platform. Like
scallop should
that's
have not made it to the
crazy.
basement.
I think
So
this is the second time Scallops made it to the basement.
so Megan ended up getting this. She got the scallops.
Mm-hmm.
However, theirs was frying, which I mean, for the basement, it worked out in their favor, but I don't know, that's a lie. That is a lie. When done correctly, fried scallops is not bad because I literally just had some, so I can't even say it. But you have to do it right. But the simple fact
Yeah,
that scallops made it to the basement, so Megan
it's
got the
crazy.
scallops, and what did Austin get again? What did he
Austin
get?
grabbed chicken wings, which was
Which
perfect.
so perfect. Oh my goodness, so perfect. But yeah. So Natalia, she's making tamales, and
Yup.
this is what she wanted to make. And I understand you wanted to make it. However, ma'am, did you forget you only had 30 minutes? But okay. So Naisha gave her a really good idea. She said if she makes them smaller, they can cook
Mm-hmm.
faster. So, and she was able to get all of the ingredients that she wanted. Um, again, Bobby with the monkfish with steaming fish, you fish and steam, like you just can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Anything else that stood out?
Yeah, Becca, she was going to do a Asian style po' boy. Um, she just told Becca to be careful when
That
to
was
drop
very
her
good.
protein because she has that issue of she doesn't know when to cook her food. So that was Naisha's little tidbit to her, like, yo, just be careful when you drop your protein. You want to make sure it's not raw, like, or in a cook like it was last week. So
Yeah.
um, and you know what I noticed about this episode? I guess because now we're losing people. It was a lot of filler talk. Like Ryan and Gordon kind of
Yes,
connected with kids,
yes,
and
and
they started doing people's backgrounds. Austin
yeah,
and Blaze had a
yeah, Austin
conversation.
Blaze, yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, they may have done that in previous, but because it was so many people, I'm sure with editing
Hmm.
they had to cut it out. But here now, because again, like there's less people, you can get, you can get, we can see more dialect.
Yeah, it
Uh,
just stood out to me. I'm like, oh, I see what y'all doing.
mhm.
We losing a lot of people. We get to that point. So now we
Yeah,
got to learn more about you.
again. So
Again,
now the
exactly.
mid round drop is spices, and then
Peppers.
uh, well,
It's different peppers.
peppers, spice, hot. I don't like it. But anyway, so Brandon, he said he grew up frying food. I mean, we as black people, that's what we do. So yes. Um, I'm in. Am I saying that right?
Come on.
I'm on. Okay. Um,
Yo.
I
Every time Naisha was like, "What are you going to do?" She's like,
I don't know. She was like, I'm still figuring that out. I'll get back to you on that. I'm just making it up as I go. I was just like, but I do love the encouragement that Naisha gave her.
Mm-hmm.
She told her to dig deep, like remember why you're here, yada 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 yada. Becca was struggling per usual.
Yeah, her time is coming. Her time
Oh
is
yeah, it
coming.
is coming. It is coming. She's not gonna be on the show for much longer. Blaze was loving the flavors that was coming from the basement. I was like,
Yeah,
ooh, I was like, okay, basement, you got something to say. Um, Going back to Amen,
come
Iman,
on.
Iman. She was really thinking that she was pulling off this dish. Like she was quite
She got
impressed.
real confident at the end. She like, "Ooh, this tastes
Yeah,
good.
she
Okay,
was.
let's
Uh-huh.
go."
Yep. So anything else before we get to the judging?
Yeah, we had Megan. Megan had a fear. She was scared that she was going to cook her scallops. So we're going to see if those turned out over fry her scallops. Beatrice scared
Beatrice.
me when she said she was going to do a um pomegranate beurre blanc. I was like,
Yeah, she
never
did.
heard of a pomegranate beurre blanc. It sounds kind of weird, but she's the one that'll try to pull out the crazy things. But that's pretty much it before we get to the judging. Once again, everyone made their way to the platform and got their food on the platform.
Um,
So good job.
yep. So who made what and why? From what
All
level?
right, so we started with the bottom. We had Brandon with the crispy halibut head with grits and a chili sauce. The dish was wonderful. Loved the
Cheese grits.
richness of the egg, cheese
Cheese
grits,
grits.
the
You
richness of the
can
egg, the heat, and
not
the chili.
forget
Yes,
the
the
cheese grits.
cheese grits.
I
They said
love cheese
it
grits.
was elevated, highly elevated. Megan did the tempura-based scallops with a koupi mayo and a citrus aioli. They said it was exceptional, loved the texture, and had amazing crunch. Good
Mm-hmm.
job, Megan. So she didn't overcook them things. And then we have Austin with the crispy chicken wings with the hoisin orange chili glaze. They said the dredge that he created for his crispy chicken was amazing. And Aisha wanted to eat the whole bowl.
So real quick, pause. Not one bad dish in the basement.
Yep, solid 3.
So at this point, I was like, if somebody on the other teams, if it's just one bad dish, I already knew who's going to be on top because the basement had not one bad dish.
Yeah. I thought just being here before getting to the middle, I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be Natalia because I'm thinking Iman pulled herself together, but Natalia was worried at first because it was undercooked
I know.
right before they got done. So I'm like, oh, it's her turn. But let's see
I
what
thought so
happened.
too. I thought so too. Go ahead.
Natalia made the lamb tamales with a handmade masa dough. The masa dough was delicious. The cook was beautiful. Really, really great. Let's just, I don't know what I put there, but they loved it. Gordon especially loved all the
Yeah.
flavors. So
Yeah.
I don't know how she pulled it together from thinking that it was raw but he only
Because
thing it just wasn't
she torched it.
only thing it just wasn't as visibly appealing as
No,
it
it
should be.
wasn't. It wasn't.
But the flavors were there. Becca did the steamed bao bun
She
and
just
shrimp. They call it a po bao,
she just wanted her shrimp cooked.
and they were. They said the shrimp was cooked perfectly and it was delicious. So she
Mhm.
pulled that off. And then we have the confident Aman who had the salmon patty bao with a charred bok choy and a miso sauce. Visually not appealing, pasty, wrong ingredient to steam. Hey, yo, when you look at that thing, it looked like it looked disgusting. It looked like chewed gum. It's
But
like,
I posed a question. What were you tasting, ma'am?
yeah, I was confused.
Okay. And then Bobby,
Then we ended with Bobby. He did the spice monkfish with chili. And go ahead.
real quick. So that's when I knew I was like, okay, so they're going to be one of the ones to put
Mm-hmm.
somebody up. Okay, go ahead.
Spice monkfish with chili and lemongrass, with a butternut squash puree. The fish, this type of fish is hard to get right, but he did it beautifully. Cleverly done, and it eats well. Then we finish off with the top. We have Ryan, who did an oven roasted sea bream, which is the fish, skin side down with a roasted blitz of tomatoes and vodka. Um, they loved it. I didn't even write any. I didn't write anything for this. They loved it though. He did good. Fish was
Yeah,
good,
I
cooked
put
perfectly.
Ryan's dish.
Yes, I don't even know what I did there. Arnav, he did the oven roasted loin of venison with asparagus and crispy potatoes. Really good cook on the venison. Incredible use of the technique. And then we ended off with Beatrice. She did the oven roasted quail with stuffed cabbage, grilled zucchini, pomegranate beurre blanc. The sauce was not visually appealing. They said it was overwrought. I don't know what that was, but they didn't like it.
Yeah.
And it didn't look good. It was like purple with the chicken. And yeah, it was just one of the times she didn't do
Mhm.
great. But overall, they went back and forth.
First of all,
Blaze, go
it
ahead,
was Gordon and Blaze, but Naisha had to
step in.
agree
And
to
she was like,
Blaze.
yo,
Yeah, no, she was like, no, like the halibut. They didn't have not one bad dish in the
yeah.
basement. Like,
Either one could have won. It was just it was their week. So
yes, yes. So who won? Blaze team.
Team
Congratulations.
Blaze by
Fine.
way of Brandon, the
Yeah.
one protein nobody wanted. He took it and
Those
turned
little
it
stuff.
just like us black people are African Americans. We take the scraps and we turn it into a feast. Brandon did his thing. It
Hmm.
was the best. It's a fish head. And he
Yeah.
turned it into one of the best dishes of the night. Congratulations, Brandon. But guess what?
Yes.
When there are winners, there are losers.
And there's two of them.
And I knew at this point who the losers were.
Yeah, I did too. It was quite obvious.
Yeah, the losers were Iman and Beatrice. They were going into the losers round. The loser round was going to be the cedar board plank cooking method, meaning they would have to steam or cook over, put their fish, whatever protein they choose, onto the board and then cover it, and then the steam and the smoke from the cedar would actually seep into the protein, and that's how they cook their protein. So Beatrice ended up with the salmon, and Amon ended up with the swordfish. Both came in pretty confident. I was not going to lie, even though Amon be messing up sometimes. I was like, I think she's going to pull this out. Wouldn't it be interesting to see her lose a 5-star chef lose to an 18-year
I mean,
old girl,
let's talk
even though
about
they
it.
both are pros?
I mean, let's talk about it. She thought she had it in the bag when Beatrice salmon went
Caught
ablaze.
fire. Yeah, that joint caught
No,
fire.
literally went
Like
ablaze.
literally, yeah,
And
scorched.
Iman in her confessionals was like, it's over. She was
Mm.
like, when she saw whatchamacallit's face go up in flames, she was like, it's over. And I was like, it might be your famous last words, but we'll
Hmm.
see. Was it her famous last words? Well, all in all, yes, it was her famous words. Because it was a 2-0, okay? And they voted for Beatrice dish. Well, the eliminating dish was Iman, so she had to roll. But congratulations for Megan on the show and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Humble, be humble.
Be humble. But yes, like as Nita said, Nita Tings, thank you for being on the show. Definitely would like to get you on our podcast. You had a good run, but the run had to come to an end. Congratulations to Beatrice for pulling off a win. Was shocked to see her in the losers round this week, but I think she just went a little bit too far left. She's known for going left, but I think she went left way too many times. But that has been another episode of the Food We Watch podcast. That was another episode of Next Level Chef. Be sure to tune in next week because things are going to get crazy. From what
Oh,
I see,
yeah.
all of them are it's all for one and one for all.
And
Like,
where is Blaze? The only like chef in the kitchen. Like, why is he
yeah,
the only judge in the kitchen? Oh
I
Lord.
don't know, but
Okay.
he brings the energy. So we're gonna see. This should be a fun time next week.
Yeah.
But since we are out of here, Neda, people still want to talk to you. So if they
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you, yeah, they do. They always want to talk to you. And if they want to talk to you, how can they find you?
Find me below. Neda.food photo, Instagram, TikTok, maybe sometimes. Oh, wait, no, I'm not on TikTok under that name. Sorry. No, Instagram and Facebook. Sometimes on Facebook, but mostly on Instagram. What about you, Search?
They do. If you want, you can find me on IG, TikTok, well, IG, Facebook, Autumn Jones, real
All
quick, at
platforms,
Search City. Uh
everything.
now TikTok for the time being while they're still open is at Nextstop SirchCity. But if you want to reach me, or if you can't reach me there, you can also reach me and look at some of the amazing food recipes at Normal's Be Chefin'. There are new recipes dropping as we speak. Go check out the breakfast egg rolls. Neda has a phenomenal picture right now. And then I got the how you can do it. So go support us and go watch our new content. If you don't have time to watch full episodes, what you can also do is go to IG, or you could go to TikTok and watch clips at the Food We Watch Pod. But guess what, guys? Before we go, we have to let you know that good things come and good things go. Life is like a box of chocolate.